In this video, we're going to talk about personal financial literacy for 4th grade. We have TEKS 4.10a through 4.10e. There are two TEKS that are not tested. That is 4.10c and 4.10d. So the TEKS that are tested are those TEKS that talk about fixed versus variable expenses, calculating profit, and describing the basic purpose of financial institutions. You can see there that we have lots of prior knowledge about personal financial literacy. Students have been working on their PFL TEKS since kindergarten, but I want to caution you because it does not necessarily mean that students, that these TEKS are vertically aligned to the previous grades. Everything that you're really learning in 4th grade may connect in some way to another TEK or a concept learned previously, but it really is a new concept for students in 4th grade. Okay, so what we're going to do, I wish there was some manipulative or something that I could show you in this video to make it more interesting for both you and the students as you're teaching this, but really personal financial literacy is really an abstract concept. And it is really one where we're going to have lots of discussion, both teacher to student, student to teacher, but also student to student, so they understand the vocabulary and the concepts associated with personal financial literacy. So really the first day of personal financial literacy, we're going to look at fixed versus variable expenses. And this is a great day for us to talk about what are those expenses that happen and occur every single month, and is the amount the same every single month. And you know, that's going to be hard for kids to understand, and we're going to have to help them. Like a car payment stays the same every single month. The electric bill does not stay the same every month unless you have that plan that, because they're tricky, there are fixed electricity bills, so we're going to talk about that too. But your gas bill is going to be variable. Your grocery bill is going to be variable. Your cell phone bill could be variable depending on how much you use it or extras you get for that billing cycle. So we're really going to talk about what fixed and variable expenses are, have that great rich discussion with students, and then we're going to do some sort of sort with them so that they can get that hands-on kind of experience with what fixed and variable expenses is. The next day, next 2 days actually, we're going to spend talking about profit. If you go on, there is a 3-act task on profit that I think would be great to do for this first day, because I really think that, yes, it's hard for students to understand profit or the word profit and the concept behind profit, but I think if they explore what profit is and they figure it out on their own, I think it'll make a lot more sense to them as they get into testing situations. And what I mean by that is I can't tell someone what profit is. They have to figure it out, okay? They have to understand that when I sell something, all the money that I'm getting back is not profit. The only money that is profit is the money that exceeds what I spent on making that item. And so doing some kind of 3-act task where students have to figure out the profit, figure out how much money they made, because you don't even have to say the word profit at first, just how much money did you make, right, from the sale of all these. And then you can talk to them about, well, did you really make that amount? Or did you have costs associated with making them? And then once they go, oh yes, we had costs. Well, what were those costs? Then they can go, well, we actually made this amount. And then you can throw in the term profit from there. So you have 2 days of profit practice because it is something that usually is tested on the test. And students really need to know, to have that background understanding of what profit is. Then you're going to talk to students about spending and saving. So what is the difference between spending and saving? Why do I want to save? because the next day is really the saving options. What can I do to save money? What options do I have to save money? And when I say that, I want you to keep it simple. I don't want you to go into 401ks and all of this. Really, the options are I can save money by giving it to my mom. I can save money by for a kid by putting it in my piggy bank. I could save money by burying it in the backyard. I can save money by putting it in a bank. And that's really all fourth graders need to know, is that I can save money multiple ways. And adults have other ways to save money, but you don't have to go into 401ks, IRAs, none of that stuff. Keep it simple with the saving options, okay? Once you finish talking about that, then you're going to go into financial institutions for a couple days. And really all kids need to know about financial institutions is they do two things. They lend money and they keep money safe. That is it, okay? And if they lend you money, you're going to have to pay it back with interest. If you give them your money to keep, you earn interest on that money. But that's really all they need to know. It's a very, very simple concept of banks lend money or they hold my money for me to keep it safe. Because if I bury it in the backyard, a dog could find it, unbury it, and spend it. Or not spend it, but chew it up and ruin it, right? Somebody else could dig it up and spend it. If I give it to my mom, she may forget how much I gave her and not give it back to me. If I keep it in my piggy bank, that's great. Might be safe there, but it doesn't earn any money just sitting there either. Where in a savings account, it'll earn a little bit of money each month, okay? All right, well, I think that's it for personal financial literacy. There are forethought resources available to you, and even quite a few activities and workstations. There's lessons and then activities and workstations for you as well. I will say some of the lessons on forethought for personal financial literacy are quite long, but there are some good activities hidden within those lessons. So if you print the lesson or even look at it online, you don't have to do the lesson in its entirety. You can pick and choose the activities you want to do from the lesson. All right, well, I think this is our last video for fourth grade this year. So as always, please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be glad to answer them.